Okay, and what promises to be a pretty good day, I think. The only thing is we have a threat of rain, mainly later in the day, and then threats of rain even bigger on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, but it's a while yet, so let's just worry about tomorrow. Maybe some of the later matches, the night matches, are in trouble, I don't know. The day matches shouldn't be a problem. Ivanovic, Mikkel, wow. Mikkel is on fire again, amazingly. She's hitting the ball really hard. I think it's all Ivanovic because, if anything, she has been in better form, but Mikhail surprised me last match. Now, I switched over to Lisicki and I screwed up that, so I don't want to screw up this too, but Mikhail's firing the ball, and the two opponents that Ivanovic had before this kind of let her off the hook and just didn't put her under enough pressure so Ivanovic could line up her shots. With these lively balls, I'm curious if someone really puts her under pressure, if she's able to control these balls so much. And we're going to have a pretty decent wind tomorrow. The wind's going to be moving up from the south, which means it's going to be kind of going in one direction. It's going to be wind in the face, and the other direction it's going to be for the player, or a little bit off to the side a bit. But either way, with this screw up Ivanovic, if Mikkel really pressures her, so I almost could see Ivanovic winning the first set, Mikkel coming back, pulling out a crazy second set, and then Ivanovic really tightening and choking in the last set, and Mikkel winning in front of the U.S. people. So I'm going to make a 180-degree switch. Some of my switches worked, like Baghdadis. Some of them didn't. But I'm going to make a switch and just say, I feel crazy, but Mikkel. It's just crazy. I can't believe it. Ivanovic should win, but I'll say Mikkel. Arthur Ashe, but I think Mikkel's going to love the stage. I have a weird feeling. Not be nervous. If anything, Ivanovic will be nervous in a weird way, and she shouldn't be, but it's just weird. It's the matchup, it's these players and the way they are. Dodic, just forget it. I'm sorry, but people are kind of liking him. I can't even believe he had enough steam to nail Davydenko, but I think Davydenko is totally whooped, which he is these days. So, and those five setters, Nadal. Maybe I'm wrong. If Dodic gets really hot serving, it could present problems to Nadal, so that could happen. But even then, Nadal should win. Okay, the Williams better win. Okay, then we do at night, which may not happen. I like Georgie. She could blitz Wozniacki out of nowhere, but I think she's played a lot of tennis now, though the matches haven't been too hard. But I think the big thing's going to be on Arthur Ashe. She's going to be a nervous wreck. I think Georgie needs to win the first set, and I don't think she's going to do it at all, and she might get killed. But she may win the second set once she calms down. But by then, the third set, later at night, and the conditions may be too slow for her to even win a set at all, to be honest, and it might work to Wozniacki's advantage. So if we do have some rain, but then it holds off and all that, all this is leading towards Wozniacki. So whether it goes 3 or 2, whether it's a blowout or a great one, it could go either way, but in the end I think Wozniacki prevails. But Georgie could make a big one. This is kind of scary for Federer. Now, I don't know if he's going to get on the court real late, or there's going to be a problem, or it just get postponed. I'd rather see him postponed to a day match, but in the night when it's slower, I think Mannarino's going to slap that ball around, get it back, and mess Federer up, maybe get a set. Federer might get the first set because of the intimidation factor on Ashe, but after that, kind of lay down a little bit. Mannarino grabs a set, and then really pushes to get a 2-set-to-1 lead. And then Federer maybe pulls it out and then gets the last set, wins 3-1 or something. But this could turn into a Federer nightmare if things go just right, like rain delays, it's real late and stuff like that. But hopefully not for Federer's situation. Okay, but I'll go with Federer. You got to go with Federer on that. Louis Armstrong, Karolinko Halep. Well, I do think this is Halep's time to finish. Its time is over. But I could be totally wrong. She killed Vekic. But I think Vekic is more of a girl that's just worn out a bit. She's played a lot of tennis as a young girl. Karolinko, she may not be in her best of form. She had a little bit of an injury after Wimbledon. But she had a lot of rest, and she's looked good against two girls who aren't in form, but still. And she's been on this stage, and Halep, I think, is going to be nervous. And I think Karolinko is probably going to go 3. I think Karolinko grabs the first set. Halep grabs the second set. We have a great third set, but Karolinko pulls it out. Maybe a little fatigue at the end for Halep. But we'll see. Cornet may get a set out of Azarenka. She's playing really well, but I think it's just going to be 2 close sets. That's it. Isner, I hope he wins this. I expect him to. He's got to win this. But this is like a classic kind of football game that's sandwiched in between the two rivalries. He had a big one with Monfils and all the trouble with the crowd. Then he has Nadal next. You don't want to think ahead, but he's trapped in the middle here. I've Twittered him already and said, "Oh, please, John, forget about the crowd. They're going to be for you tomorrow. Get on this Kohlschreiber match." But he did lose to Kohlschreiber last year, and that's a good thing. He'll have that in his head, and I think he will take care of Kohlschreiber. But a little bit scared that this is a bad position for Isner. Okay, and Robredo Evans. Robredo's going to be getting tired at some point, but I think he's going to take Evans. I think this could go 5 sets, 4 sets. I think Evans is going to go crazy, give it his all. Look like he might win, but he's going to finally wear out. And Robredo is going to make him wear out. And then Robredo is going to be tired later. Ferrero and Kukishkin's run, a great run by Kukishkin. Maybe Kukishkin takes a set, but that's it. Sock and Tipsarevic, man, I had to go over and over this. I'm not sure. I watched Sock's match, looked at it again with Maximo Gonzalez. He showed some great improvements. This guy has much more game than just power. He is an amazing forehand, a big serve, but he can hit a backhand too and a running backhand, and he can run much better than people think. He has great touch, slices, and volleying touch and movement while he's moving, little feathery volleys and stuff. I mean, the guy's got a lot of game. Very underrated, actually. His head is kind of crazy. He'll just like stop trying out of nowhere, or he'll take points off or take games off, or I think his body gets weak a lot. I think he fatigues a lot. I really do. So saying all of this, Tipsarevic is in terrible form this year, but it's the U.S. Open, grandstand. The USA crowd's going to be going crazy, but I just don't think Sock knows what this is all about. I know he's done it now on court, 13 or 11 or whatever, but I mean, this isn't Arthur Ashe, so he has a shot maybe, but I think it's going to be tough for him. And when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, I think Tipsarevic's going to pull it out. But my heart wants Sock. I think it can happen. I definitely think, I'm almost 50-50 on it, but I think Sock can pull this out with the crowd and everything. But if I had to bet money, which I wouldn't do here at all, but if I had to, I would have to take Tipsarevic to just eke it out in those big moments. That or even kill him. I think Tipsarevic could possibly kill Sock if he's a wreck and he just loses his mind. So that could easily happen too. I don't think Sock's going to kill Tipsarevic, even if he gets up on Tipsarevic, unless Tipsarevic's injured. But he may get up on him, but then he'll kind of go walkabout and let Tipsarevic back in. So it's either going to be Tipsarevic kills him, or he wins a close one over him, or Sock wins a close one, and it's an amazing day for the USA. And they better damn well be cheering for Sock. Anyways, and then later in the day there we got Knapp and Vinci. And this is going to be close too. Knapp's playing well, but I do think she's going to get a little fatigued now. It's a little bit too big of an occasion for her at the moment, for her form. It will be tough, but Vinci will pull it out. And I still think Vinci is headed to the semis, or on her way that way. Okay, Kvitova, risk. This is going to be tough because Kvitova is so up and down. She didn't lose a set to Jovanovski, but she could lose a set here. I wouldn't be. Alison Risk takes it very early. I looked into that Barthel match, and basically she just took the ball early, and at first she was nervous, went down a break in the first set against Barthel, but when she got over her nerves, she got really aggressive, broke back, broke again, took that set, and then Barthel just imploded in the last set. Barthel doesn't look the same. She's got Bartle or whatever. Her body looks weaker. It doesn't have the same muscle tone that it had before. I don't know what's going on. With the physical dilapidation, there's also a confidence dilapidation. She doesn't have the same confidence on the big points, and she still returns well. She can still take it quick, not as quick as Risk, so that was a problem too. So she doesn't have the same power, Barthel. So without the extra power, she had to try to take it quicker than Risk, or at least as quick, and it wasn't working. So Risk was taking it quicker, doing the power, and then Barthel lost it in the last set and wasn't even returning well, which is a forte of hers. So yeah, I don't know. Barthel's got to figure out this physical. Something's physically not happy with what I'm seeing from her on the physical level, and it's affecting her head. Anyway, big stuff for Risk. I think she could possibly take a set because it's court 17, which isn't too intimidating. It might be a little bit. Maybe loses the first set, takes the second set, and loses the last set. Unless Kvitova gets sick again or something, then Risk will win. So it won't be out of the question. None of these are in the bag, except maybe Nadal and a couple of them. None of them are in the bag. Raonic isn't even in the bag, but that's close to in the bag. I think Lopez is, yeah, not all the way in the bag though. But I think Raonic is getting better and better. He loves these balls. He seems like he has good control. He likes a bigger ball that's lively. He's really using this ball well, and Lopez is going to try to net rush and do things. Raonic should take this in 3, I think. Hopefully he doesn't have a walkabout. He needs to really concentrate now and see if he can get to a semifinal. Gasquet is going to use his patience and stuff. Tursunov got lucky. He got a Ruffin withdrew or retired. So Tursunov has saved some energy. Gasquet is looking a little more tired and a little more tired. He could lose to Tursunov here, especially with these balls and the aggression of Tursunov. I think it's going to be a huge fight, and Gasquet is going to win in 4 or 5 in a big fight. But he could easily lose. Okay, we got Melanie Udan in doubles there on 17. 13 TV court, a lot of doubles. Are we all doubles? No, wow, 13, but 11 we got singles. Okay, so Kuznetsova Panetta. Did they change this? I swear. Oh, no, they didn't. No, it's 11. Okay. This was a tough one for me, but I think Panetta's showed the better tennis, the best I've seen in a while, but she wasn't pushed. I saw her practicing. It's on my video on the YouTube. I took some video of her doing with her coach, trying to get her to be more aggressive on forehands and serves. It worked against Irani. I think it's going to work some against Kuznetsova. This could be a 3-set epic, but I actually think it may end up being just 2 really tough sets. Because I think when they start fighting and it gets real push comes to shove, Kuznetsova's going to really jerk her around and give her a punch to the jaw. Panetta used to be good at that, but she hasn't had practice at that lately. And her draw has been easy. And Kuznetsova had to practice at that at the French Open and again here with Peng Shuai. And I know she missed a lot of time, and Panetta's in a little bit better form, so I hate saying this, but I think even with the better form, when Panetta starts getting punched to the jaw, she's not going to be able to handle it, but she needs a match like this to get herself back to where she was. So after this, look for her in 2014. She needs some of these matches, but she hasn't had them. So when she's getting punched, is she going to be able to handle it? So we'll see. If she does, she could win this, because Kuznetsova may tire out. I'm not sure about her fitness right now. But if it goes 3 and Panetta's punching back, she wins. But I just think she's not going to be able to. She's going to be, put it this way, once Kuznetsova knocks her in the jaw, Panetta's going to be too dizzy to be able to answer the bell. That's my opinion. But go Panetta keep on fighting and getting back, and she may win. We'll see. I hope she does. I like Panetta. Nothing against Kuznetsova. All right. And Hantuchova finally, she should win this. The experience. It is only court 11 though. Since it's just court 11, Glushko could win this, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if Glushko does. Hantuchova has been so up and down this year, so she had a great match, but that was Vicky Duvall, and she was nervous. Hantuchova's had a great draw. I mean, she should win this, but I would not put money on it. I really wouldn't even put money on it. That's how much I'm not sure if she will, but I'd take her to win. But Glushko has had a great summer, but it's against a lot of ITF girls, so that's the problem. Okay, that's it. I think we're all doubles from here. Petrova in the doubles. Hopefully her back holds up. All right, Baker looks like he's in there. Okay, so that's the wrap.